Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Class 6A football from the Beavers Material Stadium in Noblesville on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 29 years in business. We'd like to also thank our other great sponsors: Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Van Osdell and Farrar Incorporated, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Jamie Carmesino from Carpenter Real Estate, Mark Hairbrand for County Commissioner, the Hamilton County Reporter, and Deep Blue Computers. My name is Brad Silbert. Tonight, joined by none other than the world-famous Craig Atkins. It's Friday night, Craig. It's Indiana. It's October. It's cool. What do we do on Friday night?
We can honestly consider ourselves fortunate that this game is able to be played.
Yes.
I did see a list before I left the house that there are some games that were canceled, and some teams weren't able to find an opponent for this week. And so, a lot of games around the central Indiana area are actually, they're going as per normal, but a lot of, up in the northern part of the state, Carroll, Flora at Clinton Central. That is, that's been canceled. Central Noble at Churubusco, Fremont at Eastside, Kokomo at Logansport, Mount Vernon at Posey down south was supposed to be at Gibson Southern, Plymouth at Concord, Princeton at Boonville, but six of those teams actually have been able to reschedule. Eastside, a 2A team over in the northeast corner of the state, they are going to play at Concord, my alma mater, so it's going to be interesting. My father and parents will be at that game. We'll have updates. And another 2A, 5A matchup. Central Noble is coming down to Logansport, so that'll be an interesting couple of first-time meetings there. And tomorrow, an interesting one, 6 p.m. at Brownsburg. Calumet will face Gibson Southern, so they found a home for they found opponents, and they found a field, and that's literally from what I saw on Twitter yesterday. Brownsburg is the halfway point between Calumet and Gibson Southern, which if you know geography, Gibson Southern is down toward the Evansville area, and it's down there.
Yeah, between Vincennes and Evansville, so it's down there. I think the bottom line is at least here in central Indiana, I think we've been pretty fortunate to get the amount of football in. When you and I did the opening game at the end of August, I kind of wondered, are we going to be able to get all these games in this season or not? But so far so good here for Noblesville and for Hamilton Southeastern.
Well, and like that night in week 1, we're at week 7 now. Mm-hmm. Week 1, there were a solid 30 to 35 cancellations, and those teams were without a week 1 game. And a lot of teams, very fortunate to actually be able to play all 6 games so far. And before we get things kicked off here in a couple minutes, our other game is Avon at Westfield.
That ought to be a pretty decent game. The Westfield Shamrocks are on a roll, 4-0 in the conference, having beat Brownsburg last week at Brownsburg in overtime.
Yeah, and Westfield jumped themselves up to number 4 in Class 6A this week. They were, I believe, last week at 12 or 10 in the 6A poll. Brownsburg will head to Zionsville tonight. Zionsville 11th in the AP 9 in the coaches poll. Brownsburg drops to 5th below Westfield. Fishers at Franklin Central. That game's in the same position that Noblesville and Franklin Central were last week, at the bottom of the HCC, those two are trying to fend for who won't be the last place team. One of those teams is actually going to wind up as the 8th team in the conference. Franklin Central still looking for that first conference win. Other big ones, Ben Davis is at Carmel tonight. That's always a big game. Tipton at Hamilton Heights. Seeger at Sheridan. Northview coming up from the Terre Haute area to face Guerin Catholic. And Hamilton County action. We'll revisit some other games.
We're going to pause here just a moment here for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem.
Noblesville High School Army and Army Reserve recruiter and his fellow recruiters. And please remember to face the flag presented on the field rather than the one at the south end of the field. Thank you. Feel free to join in as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, played by our own marching millers, conducted by drum majors Macy Overhart and Cole Melton.
banner by the Noblesville Marching Millers prior to tonight's Week 7 matchup between Hamilton Southeastern and Noblesville.
And it's always so nice to see the color guard out there, Craig.
Yeah.
That just adds such a nice touch to everything. Let's talk about these two teams here. First of all, the visiting Hamilton Southeastern Royals, they come in here with a record of 4-2, and that might be just a little bit deceiving. They've had a couple tough losses. They lost a couple weeks ago at Westfield in what turned out to be a huge defensive battle, only putting 4 points, or rather 3 points, in the scoreboard. They lost to the Shamrocks by a score of 14-3. Lost their opening game of the season to North Central in a game that was very, very close and could have gone either way. But the Royals, just like the Millers, are well known for the run game.
Yeah, and that's one thing Noblesville's going to do a lot of tonight. I would say a good solid 98% of what they do on offense is going to be running the ball. They've got the wing tee offense. It's kind of a tight wing tee. It's not as of an open a look as you'll see like from teams like Center Grove, or if you see like the Wishbone that Air Force and the military schools run with their option offense. It's a tighter. You're going to see 3 backs back there. No matter if it's Montarzi, Speak, Chance Yeager. And it's really tough to see who Minor Ding hands the ball off to. So it's going to be it's a good thing we have a monitor in front of us to check that out as well and see who is actually getting the handoff. And then obviously Hamilton Southeastern, always a good running team. They've got Blaine Wirtz back there. John McCall can run the ball if his number is called as well.
Well, McCall is excellent on the option.
Do I see right? Was that McCall that's in street clothes and his jersey? Or no, 18.
18 is John McCall. I don't believe he's we'll just have to see what happens here.
They don't necessarily give an injury report in high school football, so we may see that on the fly.
I'm sure that if something had happened to him that we would have certainly known that by now.
Yep. So it looks like the Millers will be kicking off left to right on your screen, north to south to start the first quarter. Graydon Addison. And sidewinding and into the end zone. Touchback for the opening kickoff.
Just barely made it into the end zone, but a very effective kickoff, Craig, just from the standpoint that if the Royals had decided to run that back, or if it had been a yard or two shorter, they'd have been starting like right there at the goal line and then coming out. So Royals will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. And you are correct, Sam Jacobs is the quarterback tonight.
Jacobs is in there. And looks like that's going to be Wirtz with getting the handoff on first down. Up across the 20, maybe 1 yard on the pickup, but they give him 2.
Wirtz will get a lot of work this evening, especially if McCall does not play. Well, just when I'm saying Wirtz is going to get out of play, Jacobs takes the option, runs it out of bounds, and leaves him with a long 3rd down.
Handoff this time.
Jace Alexander's got it. It looks like he got the first down, Craig.
It's like he's a quick-abled body at 5'9", 170.
Alexander and Wirtz are the two that you'll see in the backfield primarily this evening.
So quickly back to it in the pistol. Jacobs, a little jump pass. Finds.
It's Alexander. Jace Alexander, the running back. He gets about 15 yards on that play. Nice little flare out to the left.
So Southeastern wasting no time at all, and they're already up to their own 45, 1st and 10. Pair of first downs. Jacobs hands it off again. This is Wirtz, and he's upended at about the 47, 48-yard line.
Wirtz usually doesn't go high when he's going into the line like that. He usually sticks his shoulder down and just starts digging those cleats in, and can usually get about 2 or 3 extra yards, but that time he got 3.
Jacobs with Wirtz, and he will roll out right, looking for a receiver. Kind of short arms, and that's incomplete.
That one was intended for Dylan Connor, and a little bit short on the pass. Connor tried to dive to get that, but he just couldn't get the completion.
That brings up 3rd and 7 at their own 48. Royals trying to work quick. Now they're trying to get the Millers to jump up front. And they've got a couple linebackers moving up, making this look like a 5-2. Wirtz now coming in, split out to the left. Twins to each side now. Jacobs passes to Wirtz, and he's going to be
got the first down.
About a yard, almost a yard beyond the sticks, down to the 44 of Noblesville. Picks up 8.
If you take a look at Blaine Wirtz, from the time that the defender makes contact on him until he goes down, he usually is good for almost 2 or 3 more yards, Craig. He is he's amazing with his feet and the power in his legs.
You know, and the biggest thing with a running back or any player with the ball, keep your legs going and keep low. And he did just that. And pass is picked off by number 10, Shane Story of Noblesville. He had a pick 6 last week for 55 yards.
I thought he was going to do the same thing again there, Craig.
If he wouldn't have been taken down, I think he had a pretty open field up ahead of him.
He just stepped right in front of the Royals receiver. I kind of have a feeling that young Mr. Jacobs may have telegraphed that one all the way, because it was like he was out there as the receiver rather than the defender.
Yeah, and it looks like Jacobs has got that more of a drawback instead of his set and go with his throw, and that made it that much easier for Shane Story to jump that route. And
now the big question for the Millers is going to be, can they take advantage of the error by the Royals?
So they'll start this drive at their own 44. Minerding keeps it himself. He got a yard maybe to the 45.
He was lucky to get that. He was met right at the line of scrimmage by that Royals front line, but they do give him 1 yard.
Yeah, and it honestly will be there were some plays last week where they either pitched or it was just a straight up handoff in that wing T offense to Owen Jones, and he busted outside for quite a few yards on that, and he'll flank himself out here to the near side. Montarzi gets the handoff on this second down. Looks like he might have picked up 1. Nope, no gain.
No gain at
all. Up to the 40, back to the 45.
We've got a timeout on the field.
Miller down on the turf.
We do have an injury timeout on the field. While we have a timeout, let's remind you of celebrating over 29 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners, specializing in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. Contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And fans, Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies and corporate awards. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Looks like that's number 56, Blake Cole coming
sophomore.
off. He fortunately seems to be coming off, for the most part, under his own power, coming off without assistance. Just a little bit slow getting up, but it leads you to wonder whether he had a combination of maybe a little leg getting twisted or a knee getting twisted, and maybe got the wind knocked out of him too, because he's moving very slow and coming over to the training table.
Indeed, and that brings up a big 3rd down and 9 at their own 45 for Noblesville. 9:26 left here in the first quarter play. After a Noblesville interception by Shane Story. Minerding back to pass, finds and throws behind the receiver, Owen Jones.
Micah Phillips had a great deflection there. I think the fans at one point were thinking that might have been a little bit of pass interference because he got his hand on the ball before he ran into the receiver. Great bit of defense by Micah Phillips.
Yeah, and also, he threw behind Jones. Jones had to stretch his left hand back to even remotely come close to that. So that'll bring Graydon Addison out to punt the ball, and 45.4 yards a punt with a long of 76 this year. And this one's going to be a booming punt, and a fair catch waved by number 9, Noah Wolf. It's like at the 8-yard line where Southeastern will start this drive.
That ball was hit so high in the air, Craig, that it gave the Millers a chance to get down there on the defense and kept Noah Wolf from making the catch and getting any yardage back.
1st and 10, Southeastern from their own 8-yard line. Their second possession, their first one, resulted in an interception, now deep in their own territory. Handoff is the Wirtz. He tries to find room up the middle. He does, up near the 16. Looks like they'll mark him, I think, around the 17 for about a 9-yard pickup.
No, they're going to give him a first down.
Oh, wow. Mason Bolin with the tackle for Noblesville there. Jacobs hands it off again to Wirtz.
Wirtz is finding some nice holes there. That front line for the Royals is opening up some good holes for him. Only 3 yards this time, but
2nd and 7 at the 21. Jacobs keeps it himself this time, and he gets up about the 23-yard line.
He only got about 2 yards. It leaves him with a 3rd and 5 deep in their own territory.
Third down and 5 from the 24. Twins here to the near. Wirtz out of the backfield, and the handoff is to Alexander. Tries to find room up the middle, and he's going to be right near a first down. They're probably going to give it to him as they'll mark him at the 29.
Linesmen are coming in at about the 29.5, and he had to get solidly to the 29, which he did.
And the one thing we don't see, it seems like all 3 levels of football anymore, we don't see them measure hardly at all.
No, and that one was fairly close.
That one was fairly close. It was last week against Franklin Central here with Noblesville. There were 2 times, and Perry and I were quite surprised that they measured twice last week.
Now that you bring that up, Craig, I've noticed that in a lot of the games that I've seen this season. A lot less measurements.
Jacobs hands this one off to Wirtz. Finds a little room outside, 35, 40, 45, 50. Going to be knocked out of bounds, and he face masks his defender himself. But the offensive player is able to do that to help himself. Zach Blevins on the tackle. There is a flag on the
play. We're going to have a replay on this, Craig. Let's see how this comes about here.
Looks like that was from Mount Vernon and Noblesville in week 1. Not sure how Kinsey maneuvered that one.
They are calling the face mask on Wirtz.
Okay. Well, that's something you don't necessarily see too often.
So now what'll be interesting does the first down markers, do they stay at the 42 or do they, they're moving it back 5, so that can't be a face mask.
So
face mask would have been 15.
Yep, he ran the ball down to the.
He ran the ball to the 42. Now 42. It's at the 47. So it's a 5-yard penalty. Now they're saying put the sticks back at the 47. A little bit of confusion out there. That's what I was wondering, where they were going to do that.
He picked up 29, and they dropped him back 5 for the penalty. And Alexander's hit for a little bit of a jolt there. And actually,
he's going to lose 1 on that play.
Yep.
Well, actually, he's going to lose 2. Back to the 49. Miller's had that one well played on defense.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Miller 49. Jacobs hands this one off to Alexander, and he's had by, looks like 96, 93.
I think he lost another yard on that, Craig.
Josh Rogers, the big defensive lineman for Noblesville.
They're putting it back. Well, they're putting it back down at the 49. So it'll be about 3rd and 12.
Looks like they may call that a no gain, as they've got one receiver, Jack Wofford, here on the near side. Is he relation to Jim, you think?
Probably. Is there a Wofford he's not related to?
Alexander comes and splits out to the near side. Jacobs across the middle finds
Now that's going to depend on where they spot that, because that's real close. He's got to get to the 37.
He might be a yard shy.
Yeah, he's a yard shy. And I would fully expect to see the Royals go for this one. Royals were moving the ball very well in their first possession, the opening possession. Then Jacobs tossed an interception. Now they're moving it well again.
Jacobs keeps this one himself, and he'll get the first down inside the 30, down to about the 25.
I thought one of the guys on the left side might have jumped. Take a look at this, Craig. Here he goes. Nice fake, but he had a beautiful hole there into the left to center.
Yeah, he kind of just stumbled himself down and found himself to the 25.
Well, this is a positive sign for the Royals with John McCall not playing tonight. You kind of caught me by surprise when you said I saw 18 over there in street clothes. I had no idea there was nothing wrong or something wrong with him.
Jacobs rolls out, and this one's incomplete. And, yeah, I saw McCall out there, and I thought that was an 18 out there for the coin toss, and then he walks back in street clothes.
Yeah.
So it looks like his backup, Jacobs' backup tonight is going to be Howard. So this one falls incomplete as.
Well, Sam Jacobs is a good athlete. He's also a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Father Toby is a football coach and a basketball coach.
Okay.
That was Wirtz again.
Looks like it picked up a couple.
I think officially they got to give him 2, but it's closer to a yard and a half, and they got a 3rd and long.
4 minutes left, first quarter, still scoreless. Southeastern driving. This drive going further than the last one did. Jacobs fakes the handoff, rolls out right, and finds a receiver open. That's Wofford again. Reaches out. Looks like they'll probably give him the first down.
He had to get to just inside the 16, and it looked like he got to about the
14. They're marking it.
Is that where they're marking it?
Yep. Okay. So they'll give him 10 yards on the pickup. His second 10-yard catch, and
second effort gave him that extra 2 yards, and he stuck the ball out as he was going out of bounds.
And the Royals are in business at the Miller 14-yard line. Hand off to Wirtz, tries to find room on the outside. Taken out of bounds around the 10.
Good pursuit by the Millers, but they just could not get a hand on him, Craig, before he gained about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, it seems like that offensive line for Southeastern is either making a hole for him or they're blocking inside so he can find his way outside. And he's finding his way to get quite a few yards so far here in the first quarter. Jacobs hands it off this time, and Wirtz going. Gets about 3 down to 7.
Yeah, they're going to mark him at about the 7. So it'll be 3rd and probably 3rd and about 3.
8 carries, 56 yards. Doing the math there, Brad. 70 yards a clip so far for Wirtz. Not too shabby. 3rd and 4 at the 6. They can get a first down without scoring. But I think Coach Kelly and company would like to put one in the end zone without having a 4th down.
Oh, definitely.
Jacobs hands the ball off, and they is stuffed.
Great job there by the Miller defense.
Andrew Page, number 95, kind of bear hugged him right at the line.
6'4", 320. You don't escape from that very often.
He plays the other tight end with 6'5" Dylan Ray on the other side for the Miller offense. So those are some pretty big kids, and he kind of bear hugged Wirtz there and took him down for, actually it looks like a 2-yard loss.
Royals are going to go for the field goal.
20,
got the length.
25-yard field goal's good. With 2 minutes exactly on the first quarter clock. Hamilton Southeastern 3, Noblesville 0.
Gaylor Electric, the highest performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built upon the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcomes, and reliable insights fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, their president and CEO, are proud sponsors of Hamilton County sports. You know, since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Anthem in 1880, our neighbors, community leaders, businesses, and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of our clients, of helping our clients when they need it the most. Give them a call, 317-773-2190, or visit their website, www.cchalaw.com. Church, Hiddle, and Antrim. Nice drive by the Royals, Craig.
Yeah, nice solid drive. I mean, methodical, and just like the first drive started before the interception, they did not huddle. It's almost like they knew which plays were coming in order.
Millers are going to have a return on this from the 4.
It's going to be a beautiful return. That looks like 23, Zach Blevins, kicker to beat, and he is taken down at the 49 by number 92, Elijah Slaybeck.
Slybeck was the only man between him and 6 points.
Beautiful return. Yep, Blevins found a good angle, and Noblesville starts this drive in good position at their own 49.
Blevins did exactly the same thing that Blaine Wirtz did earlier and put his hand right on the face mask of the defender, and he didn't get called for it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, I guess, what.
The other one must have been a little more blatant.
Venture's getting called, whether it's, blatant, which obviously the whole Noblesville fan base here on the first one. That's going to be, it looks like Jordan Sharp.
What a job by
Backup
Sharp.
Quarterback keeps going and finds room, and he's going to get about 7 yards out of that first down play.
He was stopped at the line of scrimmage and just kept going and going and going, and finally broke away and made a 7-yard gain on that. Great play by Sharp.
That'll be 2nd down and 3 at the 44 of Southeastern.
Players like Sharp make the future look bright for the Millers.
Yeah. This one.
Right up the middle.
Ball is down on the turf.
It looks like the Royals have got it.
Yep. Southeastern looks like 51. That is JT Muchner.
JT Muchner, who is a...
Oh, wait. Is that what we're calling this?
I think one of the officials...
Yep. I heard a whistle go about 30 times, so I'm...
Coaching staff from Noblesville was talking to one of the officials, not happy about the call. My guess is that they probably thought the ball was down.
Nonetheless, Southeastern will take over with
and there's a penalty called against the Millers.
Oh. So from the 44, this will get marched off.
Probably an unsportsmanlike conduct. That'll be 15. That really hurts.
Yeah. So from the 44, 15 yards down to the Noblesville 39.
That kind of adds a little insult to the injury there. Lose the ball and then get 15 yards tacked back on there.
So Royals football at the Noblesville 39. Wirtz finds room down inside the 35 to about the 32. Picked up a solid 7.
Wirtz does that little zigzag back and forth, Craig, and he is so much fun to watch run.
And he's kind of got that. He's shorter like that. He's quick. He kind of reminds me of, like, the moves like Barry Sanders.
Yes.
He really does.
Yep, he does. Royals quickly up to the line to prevent the Millers from making any defensive changes. Then waiting to finally get the call off.
Words gets this handoff, easily gets the first down, taken down about the 25, picks up another 8 for the 6th rushing first down, and they've got 3 passing first downs. So
9 first downs in the quarter already. That's amazing.
So they could very well have 10 first downs in the first quarter, depending on what this play results in here, which will more than likely or could be the final play of quarter number 1. Screen pass out to Alexander in the flat inside the 20. Down to about the 12 is where he's taken down.
Royals are in the red zone down to the 11-yard line. Jace Alexander with the reception. Not enough for a first down. They set it down at the 12. They will not have to run another play here, so we'll have to see what Coach Kelly decides to do here, if they do want to run another one or not.
Yep, looks like they do. Wirtz gets the handoff, and he's now inside the 10, taken down about the 8-yard line, picked up 4, and that should be the final play of the first quarter.
That will do it here for the first quarter from Beaver Materials Stadium on Hamilton County Television. Millers football brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners. Say, if you're planning to make a move, why not call a realtor with hometown experience? Jamie Carmesino has connections and a commitment to the community. She raised 3 Noblesville athletes and is ready to help you with your real estate needs. Looking for a realtor? Call Carmo 317-490-3735. Jamie Carmesino from Carpenter Real Estate. Craig, in some ways, this is a little bit reminiscent of the game that Perry and I had a couple of weeks ago between the Royals and the Westfield Shamrocks. The Royals basically moved the ball up and down the field fairly well, but they just could not get the ball into the end zone. They ended up just scoring 1 field goal, and then the Shamrocks came back and scored two touchdowns in the second half, and that was all she wrote. But that was quite a defensive battle, and this has been pretty good defense so far, but the Royals have definitely dominated the time of possession here in the first quarter.
Yeah, time of possession with a lot of rushing yards so far from Blaine Wirtz, and we'll tally those up soon. And he's just, basically starting to have his way and find all the holes he can.
Yeah.
And it's just going to cause fits for Noblesville's defense all night. Now they've got a 2nd down and 6 at the 8 of Noblesville.
So they can get a
Knocking
first
on the
down.
door.
Yeah, they can get a first down without scoring here.
This is where the ball was last drive when they kicked a field goal, the 25-yarder. Wirtz in motion, right. Hand off to Alexander up the middle, and he's finding room, and into the end zone he rolls for 8 yards.
He ran about 20 yards to get that 8-yard touchdown because he ran parallel to the line of scrimmage there. Let's take a look at this, see how this play develops here. You see Wirtz go in motion. Alexander gets the ball, doesn't see anything in the middle, then just kind of sweeps around the right side. And by the time Blaine McNabb gets there, it is too late, and the Royals are now out in front 9-0 with the PAT coming up.
This one is up and good to make it 10-0.
Say, as a Hamilton County Commissioner, Mark Hairbrand is always focused on listening to the community and continuing to lead Hamilton County into even more success. Mark Hairbrand is passionate about schools and education, public safety, finding cost-saving solutions for complex challenges, and truly having an open dialogue with residents. Remember, Mark will be on the November 3rd ballot running for re-election to Hamilton County Commissioner, so please vote on November 3rd for Mark Hairbrand. Hey, Craig, we got a lot of great sports coming up here on Hamilton County Television this week. Soccer sectionals start on Tuesday. I'll be over at the Hallmark Orthodontic Soccer Complex over at White River Elementary School as the Millers will defend their sectional title from last year. They they almost lost last night. They came within 21 seconds of their first loss of the season last night. Managed to tie the Brownsburg Bulldogs at 2-2, but Thursday night will be there for the first and second round. Also will be there Saturday afternoon for the Millers. That will be the girls sectional coming up.
This one's going to be a touchback. Blevins 8 yards deep catches this ball. And the Millers will take over on this drive at their own 20-yard line.
Elijah Slyback with that kickoff. Better than his last one. His last one didn't make it to the end zone. It made it to only about the 8 or 9 yard line.
And Zach Blevins just about had an opening for a touchdown.
Yes, he did. He had a nice return.
If Slyback wouldn't have tackled him at the 49. So first and 10 Millers, 11:54 left, second quarter. Craig Atkins with Brad Silbert. Glad he joined us tonight. This one, minor ding. I think he keeps this himself.
I think that was a design play the way that looked. It didn't look like he faked that at all. I mean, he had the ball right out in front of him and started to move and then tucked it in and away he went. Got about 3 or 4 yards out of that. A nice little run.
They'll call him 3 on the scoreboard. 2nd and 7 at the 23. Minor ding again. Looks like he picked up another 3 to the 26.
Coming into this game, Minerding had 34 carries for a total of 85 yards, or rather 84 yards, averaging about 2.5 per carry. His longest is 14.
Brings up a 3rd and 4. They're on 26. Minerding under center.
Five on the play clock.
This one handed off. Looks like the inside handoff might be Montarzi.
Looks like he may be about a half a yard short, Craig.
Yep, looks like he is up to the 29 for 3 yards.
Had to get to the 30.
It's almost like you're studying the offense, and you have to.
Looks like the Millers are going to take a chance here.
With a lot of time on the play clock, they may try and get them to jump, and it looks like there was movement up front, possibly. Timeout Noblesville.
Timeout was called by the Millers before that ball was snapped. I was wondering if it was. I didn't see any flags fly. Heard the whistles, and normally if you hear the whistle before the play like that, it's usually an offensive penalty. But didn't see any there. But this is going to be an interesting play here at this point with 10-11 here in the second quarter. I think what Coach Sharp is trying to do is establish something here and say, guys, we're not afraid of you guys. We're gonna try to make this, and makes for an exciting game. They're only about a half a yard shy of the 30, but it's going to take quite an effort here. And you saw what the play was going to be before the whistle blew, and it was going to be a keeper by Minerding, and it looked like, had the whistle not blown, he probably would have had the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he had the clearance and got through the line. And I wouldn't say unfortunate, but Coach Sharp called a timeout. And so we've got a 4th and 1 at the 29. 14-3, Carmel leading Ben Davis over at Greyhound Stadium. And that's late in the first quarter. Try and get you up to date on some other scores as now Graydon Addison out there. They think twice and going to boot the ball away. This one is going to be blocked. And Blevins has to dive on it down at the 10-yard line.
The Royals were very, very quick coming off the line. Let's take a look at the replay on this, Craig, and just look at it's not a bad snap. It's a good snap, but
I don't
the
think he had
punter,
enough protection.
he didn't have protection, and he just kind of took his time trying to get that punt off. And the Millers have made a mistake here that could be very, very costly. The Royals will take this over, 1st and goal.
At the 10.
Right at the 10.
Yep. Not too bad when you can take over 1st and goal and just have 10 yards to go. So Jacobs, the company back out there. Twins to the far side. Wirtz up the middle. Gets down to about the 8.
Nice ankle tackle there by number 43, Jackson Sloan.
Looks like they give him a pickup of 1. Clock rolling, 9:50 until halftime. And yeah, that's, and I'm not sure if, Addison didn't have enough protection, but Wirtz gets down to about the 5 with that carry.
Had a nice little hole on the left side of the line there.
Because normally you see about 3 personal protectors. And I think I might have seen 1.
Yeah.
And the one that was back there recovered the fumble. Zach Blevins looks like he was still back there. So I'm not sure if a couple, the other 2 may have
well,
kind
the
of
Royals
out.
Were very quick off the line.
Yeah. Yep.
And unfortunately for the Millers, they just could not get that. Oh, we got another timeout being called here.
Timeout called by Noblesville.
That'll be their second. Well, we got a timeout. Let's remind you that Van Alsdale and Farrar is a proud sponsor of Hamilton County Television. Van Alsdale and Farrar is a 106-year-old Indiana company specializing in information, communications, print, and business processes. We are business technology simplified. Visit our website for more information, www.vanalsdale.com. Van Alsdale and Farrar, business technology simplified. And remember, celebrating over 29 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And when you're in the store there on South 10th Street, be sure to tell Will we said hello.
You got it. Update from our other game. Avon is at Westfield. Orioles leading 17-14, 53 seconds left first quarter. So Avon trying to revitalize a season they've struggled at times. And Wirtz.
He goes nowhere. He didn't get a yard on that one.
Nope. Going to be a 4th and 5.
I got to believe the Royals are going to play it safe here once again. It looks like the field goal unit is coming in.
Yeah, you don't want to say they're playing conservative, but, Wirtz ran that into the line, hoping to get some more yards, but he was met by Millers for no gain. Brings up 4th and 5 for a 22-yard attempt.
Girolis was good from about 25 earlier. Basically, in the NFL, a point after.
Snap, hold by Howard kicks up and good.
So we've got 8:27 left here in the first half. Royals out to a 13-0 lead. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies and corporate awards. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Craig, I think this is not quite the way I really expected this game to go. I thought that this was going to be a closer game back and forth, and maybe one team might take a little advantage in the second half, but I did not expect to see a shutout so far for the Millers.
Yeah, it seems like, if they've after that interception by Shane Story, they that really didn't result in anything but a punt on their first series on offense, and they've just really they've had a fumble the second series, and then they punt blocked last series. This one fielded by Zach Blevins, goes off right side and finds a little room up near the 25. But, it seems like the offense, they've tried to get something going, but kind of sputtered a little bit. And, they seem kind of frustrated. And so we'll see what they can do here on this drive starting at the 24.
Blevins with about a 19-yard kickoff return gives the ball to the Millers. Not in too bad a field position at the 24. Last time after the kickoff, they were down almost to midfield.
Miller's still looking for their first down. As to my count, they've only had 7 offensive plays. Meinerding hands this one off. Looks like to 14, Jordan Sharp.
When you got 3 running backs back there and the quarterback all huddled up there, it's hard to see who it is.
I'm telling you, it's been tough so far trying to figure out who's got the handoff. But Sharp
picks up about 8.
Sharp's got 2 carries for 15 yards. the only bright spot for the Miller offense so far. Those two 7- and 8-yard runs. Looks like this one
going nowhere.
Yeah,
Maybe a yard. Looks like it's going to leave him with about a 3rd and 1.
Sharp carries this one for no gain. Big 3rd down and 1. Actually, they gave him 1 yard. Montarzi easily gets the 1st down up just across the 40. They'll give him to the 40. 7 yards for Hold Montarzi. And the first down for Noblesville here, around 7 minutes left here in the first half. So progress on this drive.
Yeah.
As they seem a little more confident. I'll give Montarzi a pickup of 8 up to the 41. Minerding keeps it himself and up near the 47s where he gets. Actually, the mark looks like the 48.
Nice fake by Minerding on that one.
Faked me out. I thought he was handing that ball off to a fullback. Picks up 7.
Faked out a lot of the Royal front line, too.
Yeah. Yep. It's almost like a disguise offense. You don't know who he's going to hand it off to or if he's keeping it.
They've had 2 good 1st down plays in this drive so far.
Yep. 2nd and 3 at their own 48. Minerding. That inside handoff is going to go nowhere.
Did they get back to the line of scrimmage? I think they're going to place it at the 48, it looks like.
Owen Jones with his first carry. That's for a no gain.
So it'll be about 3rd and a long 2, a short 3.
Minerding might be trying to get the Royals front 7 to jump.
I think that's what they were trying to do on that 4th down play last series, too.
Yep, then they called the timeout and finally decided to punt when that got blocked. Handoff. This one's going to be dove forward for a 1st down by 17, Hold Montarzi.
Nice job by Montarzi. He went through several Royals, kind of between them and over them. Ended up picking up 6 yards on that. Nice run.
Picked up 6 and a 1st down to the Royals' 46. As Minerding under center, has his 3 horses behind him. Jones gets his handoff.
Minerding does a great job of faking those handoffs, Craig, and that is definitely confusing the Royals' offensive line.
Yeah, and it kind of surprised me with 14 carries and 176 yards last week by Jones that, they haven't tried to bounce it outside because that's how he got a lot of his yardage. 3 runs of 30-plus, one of those 91 yards. He picked up 3 there, but looks like Montarzi dives down around the 40.
Once again, he was met at the line of scrimmage and managed to get 2 more yards.
Stay low.
Yep.
They'll mark this down to the 40 for a 3rd and 4 with 4 minutes left, 2nd quarter. Minerding. Who's got the ball? That's the question.
Yeah,
Jones with the carry, 20.
I didn't even see where he was brought down, but it looks like
he's going to be about a yard shy.
He's literally going to be inches shy.
Call it 3, and this is going to be 4th and 1 at the 37, just inside the 37 of Southeastern.
Minerding's one of the few quarterbacks you see go under center anymore.
Yeah, that's one thing I've pointed out, and This one handed off, looks like to Speak up the middle, and he gets the first down.
First down plus more. He got about 3 yards on that run. Good run.
Trey Speak,
take
the
a look
sophomore.
Take a look at the run on this. Second man through. Miller's effectively using the other two running backs as blockers.
Yep.
Best drive of the night so far for the Millers. They've had it about 5 minutes now.
Hand off this time. Up the middle across the 30 down to about the 28.
Nothing fancy about this offense, Craig, but they just keep driving and driving and driving.
Sean DeKenzie.
Another good first down play for the Millers as they come up at about second and about 5 or 6.
Play's going to end quick.
Yeah, that one the Royals saw coming, and I didn't see who that was.
Speak,
but
28.
They got right around his ankles, and he did not. He didn't gain anything, so it's about 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 at the 28 of Southeastern.
With 1:40 on the clock here, I got to believe that this is 4-down territory if they don't make this.
Minerding keeps himself, and he's going to be out of bounds about the 24. So that'll be enough for first down.
He knew where that yard marker was. No, they're marking him short. I thought he got beyond the first down marker, but they are marking it short by about a half a yard.
Beautiful run.
Yeah.
As they'll call it.
4th and less than 1 with 1:28 in the quarter.
Miller's trying to put some points on the board and hand off this time. It's going to be over the middle of the line. It's going to be probably down to about the 23. So that should be enough for a first down.
A little reminiscent of Walter Payton from the old Chicago Bears, just flying over the defensive line.
Speak with the 1-yard carry.
The question here for the Millers at this point is, Craig, do they have enough time to get points on the board? They're getting closer to field goal range. The officials are conferring out there about something. I have no idea what they're talking about. But also the Millers have used 2 timeouts in this half already.
Yeah, they've got 1 left with 1:28 left. 1st and 10 at the Southeastern 23-yard line.
Okay, they reset the clock. They took 5 seconds off the clock and set it to 1:23 from 1:28. The clock starts rolling.
Minerding hands this one off. Looks like might be Owen Jones down to about the 20.
3-yard runs right now are not going to really help the Millers too much. They've got to get they need to get this ball into the end zone to tighten this game up. Under a minute.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're trying to get in position for an Addison field goal, but Minerding rolls out looking, and he finds his tight end, Dylan Ray, down to about the 18-yard line. Might be a yard shy of the first down, though.
Well, he has to get to the 13 for a first down. He's at 3rd and 5 right now. And they've only got 35 seconds to do something here and 1 timeout left.
Had just a 2-yard catch there.
Good idea on the play, but
Speak runs the ball down to about the 15, so gains 3.
Why the Millers are not calling a timeout at this point, I don't know, Craig. The clock is running down to 10 right now. They're going to be lucky to get a play off here. They're going to be lucky to get 1 more play off here.
Yep, there's encroachment. look like the middle. Might be 51 Muchner that I saw move.
Yeah, it is offsides of the Royals, but at this point there's 3.1 seconds left on the clock.
At this rate, you may as well, if they're going to bring Graydon Addison and the field goal team out for, looks like it'll be a 32-yard attempt.
Yeah, and the Millers are going to take a timeout and talk about it here. But they wasted a lot of time. This clock before they started that play was almost at 30 seconds. Gaylor Electric, the highest performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built on the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcome, and reliable insights fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, their president and CEO, are proud to be sponsors of Hamilton County sports. Van Osdol and Farrar is a proud sponsor of Hamilton County Television. Van Osdol and Farrar is a 106-year-old Indiana company specializing in information, communications, print, business processes. They are business technology simplified. Visit their website, www.vanosdol.com.
Back out of the timeout, 3.1 seconds left.
Looks like it'll be about a
27-yarder.
Yeah.
They actually moved the ball down to the 10-yard line.
A little bit to the left side.
The hold, the kick up, and this looks good. And it is good.
It is good.
As we go to halftime, Noblesville gets on the board. Through 2 quarters, it's Hamilton Southeastern 13, Noblesville 3. We'll take a break, and we'll come back here in a little bit and talk about things before the second half right here on Hamilton County TV, Brad.
Noblesville's marching band takes us on a fictitious and fantastic journey of spirits from a New Orleans cemetery come to life, welcoming a new member to the other side. Using the powerful music of Verdi's Requiem and a simple rendition of the epic House of the Rising Sun, the members celebrate life through a marching band show in a powerful, fun, and even humorous way. With the most important message for all of us in 2020 coming from the lyrics of the iconic rock song presented in the show, Welcome Back to the Parade. We'll carry on. We hope you enjoy our 2020 production of The Last Parade. Teenagers, raise the rhythm higher, and the field is yours. Noblesville fans know that back in action next Friday night, October 9th, as they travel to Brownsburg. The Mountain Bulldogs kickoff is at 7 p.m. The final home game of the season will be Friday, October 16th, and the Avon Warriors visit Beaver Materials Field to conclude the 2020 regular season. That game will also be a 7 p.m. start time.
Welcome back to Beaver Material Stadium, home of Miller football, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 29 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors: Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Van Osdell and Farrar Incorporated. They are business technology simplified. Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Carpenter Realtor, Jamie Carmesino, Mark Hairbrandt, 4, County Commissioner, the Hamilton County Reporter, and Deep Blue Computers. My name is Brad Silbert. To my left is Craig Atkins. To my right is Kinsey. To her right is Lucas. And all the way down to the far right is the chief in charge, Jim Wofford. The honor of having him in the press box with us tonight. our executive producer, CEO, owner, you name it, chief cook and bottle washer. But nice to see Jim out here among the folks. Craig, it was an interesting first half, to say the least. The Millers finally, after some bad clock management right there at the end of the quarter, got on the board, and they're only down by 10 against the Royals, and they get the ball in the second half.
Yeah, we thought Noblesville was going to kind of, literally fumble that drive like they did the couple possessions prior, but, we thought that may fizzle out and nothing may happen, and points would have to wait until the second half, but they called a timeout with 3.1 seconds left. Were able to get.
And that was their last timeout.
Yeah.
They already used 2 others.
Yeah, and they used they had to use those by the 9-minute mark, so 3 minutes into the second quarter. So used 2 of them a little too soon, but had 1 to spare, and with 3 seconds left, they kicked a 27-yard Graydon Addison field goal to get on the board and trail 13-3 at the half.
And that drive took almost, well, it did take 8 minutes, because they got the ball, I believe, right about the 8-minute mark there in the second quarter. So they both of these teams have shown tonight that they can make some long, sustained drives. So it's going to be an interesting second half here. The Millers will get the ball first. Royals will be kicking off to them, and we'll have to see if the Royals defense comes out strong or if the Miller offense comes out strong. But after that last 8 minutes in the second quarter, the Millers offense, even though there weren't a lot of big plays, they were consistent, and they were able to get the first downs when they needed them.
Yeah, and it seems like first downs are aplenty, as looks like Westfield is up 35-24 on Avon over at Riverview Health Stadium now. And Fishers with a 14-7 lead late in the second quarter at Franklin Central. So the Tigers trying to keep Franklin Central winless in HCC play.
You know, the Avon Orioles were one of the teams that was expected to be right up there at the top this year. And unfortunately for the Orioles, they just have not performed this year.
Yeah, this has kind of been a different year for Coach Bless and company. They're used to, being, top 5 ranked, and they come into this game 3-3 on the season, not the typical Avon team as of late, and trying to
well, the Royals begin to take the field. They will kick off here in the third quarter. A very rapidly played first quarter, of course, with all the ground game that we had. That's not a big surprise. Both of these teams preferring to keep the ball on the ground for the most part.
Before we start the second half, Brad, it's bedtime for Little Miss Ava at the Atkins house, and I want to say good night to our little girl. She's 2.5 now. It's crazy how far.
Are you going to sing her a lullaby?
I won't sing, but Ava, Daddy says good night and sleep good, and I'll see you in the morning, and I love you, okay? Millers take the second half kickoff. Blevins, another good kick return up across the 30, 40, out of bounds, and there's a flag back in the middle of right around the 35. We'll see what happens with this flag.
Got to believe that's either going to be a hold or a block in the back, probably against the Millers, but I have not seen a preliminary call yet from the referee. The flag was thrown between the 35 and 40, and it looks like the holding.
Miller Huddle is walking backwards, and it's hard to believe.
Wow.
Yeah, Braxton is already a 9-month-old. He's got the
treasure the time with him while you've
absolutely.
got it, Craig.
Yep, and one of the Noblesville teachers at the gate. I remember when I was a PA announcer for girls and boys soccer. Her daughter Sophia would come up, and I would let her do the countdown at the end of the first half. And Sophia was about yay tall, and I believe now she's a freshman or sophomore in high school, into the cheerleading and everything. And, she's like, it's crazy how fast they grow up.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we may be going tomorrow to get some pumpkins. So, Kelly's got the Halloween decorations out. She's all ready for fall.
I can attest to the days of the pumpkin patch. Looks like there's 2 flags have been thrown out there. They've marched off a 10-yard penalty, and it looks like they marched off another 15, and the ball is back at about the 18-yard line, Craig. I don't know what that second penalty was. I saw a signal for the first holding penalty, but here come the Millers again.
So they start this drive at the 18. Good run out near the 25 by Montarzi.
Miller's dropping back into a huddle, unlike the Royals, who come right up to the line of scrimmage as soon as that ball is placed down. And Meinerding, most of the time, he's coming over toward the sideline to get the signals.
So they give him a pickup of 7.
He's got 5 seconds to get the ball in play.
Montarzi gets the handoff again, finds room up near the 29. And if that's the case, they'll have a first down.
Going to put that just short of the 30, so they do have the first down. Good start on the opening drive of the second half for the Millers.
Oddly enough, it almost works better if you've watched Noblesville's offense on the monitor because you can catch who gets the handoff first.
We can thank Lucas LeCain for that, our excellent photographer.
First and 10 at the 29. Delay on the handoff, and this one's up to...
Got about 3 more.
See, looks like I think both of us thought that Montarzi had it, but Jordan Sharp.
Yep.
Up to the 32 for 3. Second and 7 at the 32. Back under center's Meinerding. Keeps it himself, and he's got a little bit of room. Might have picked up 2.
Got maybe about 1 on that. It looks like they're going to put it down between the 33 and 34.
Just shy of the 34.
He's got a long 5 yards to go to pick up the first down.
Cool night tonight. Started, I think you had it at 57 degrees. I saw that we're going to have a low of 35 tonight in Central Indiana.
Going to be chilly. 52 right now, but not much wind.
Meinerding pitches this one out, and the ball's on the turf. Knocked loose.
Royals got it. They picked it up.
Yep, and that one's going to be a touchdown to the house.
I believe
16, Micah Phillips.
Micah Phillips with the
beanbag is
at the fumble
at the 29, so that'll be actually about a 34-yard fumble return for Phillips.
So the Royals get the turnover. I guess you'd call that a pickup 6.
Yeah.
Instead of a pick 6, right?
Picked it right up off the turf, off a bounce or 2. And to the house, Phillips went for 6. 6'1" senior defensive back was in the right position there.
Alex Girolis will try to add the 20th point here.
Boots this one high and far. And good.
A little bit to the right, but not far enough out of bounds, or not far enough that made any difference. We've got 9-12 here in the third quarter. Royals on the fumble, pick up a touchdown on an extra point. Let's remind you that celebrating 29 years is Logan Street Signs and Banners. They specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. Contact them at 317-773-7200. And you can also visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Speaking of websites, have you checked out the new Hamilton County website, Hamilton County Television website, HCTV1.com?
Yes.
It is sharp. Jim and the guys have been working really, really hard to get that off. A lot of great information on there as far as watching events live, or if you want to watch events on demand, you can do it right there at www.hctv1.com. Thank you for joining us tonight on Hamilton to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners. Miller's had a little bit of a momentum going there, coming in off of that off of that field goal at the end of the half, and they seem to be moving the ball halfway reasonably there, but then a fumble and a pickup by the Royals gave them 6 points.
You know, not the typical, short kick fielded
by an up man.
Looks like by Mason Bolin, 38, and he's taken out of bounds around the 37.
A good hard tackle on him, and he just jumped right up. It looked like he might have gone out of bounds there, about the 32 or 33, but he did not. And right at the 38, he was met, and he was stood straight up by a couple Royal defenders. And he went down hard, but, boy, he just jumped right up. He enjoyed that return because he probably doesn't get an opportunity to do that very often.
Yeah, Bolin's a good size, 5'11", 205, so he can take that kind of hit, and did so out of bounds at the 37 where Noblesville takes over on this drive. 1st and 10, 9:05 left third quarter. Minerding and the offense back out there.
Millers need to do something on this drive.
Actually that was 20. Owen Jones on the carry up to the 40. Check that, the 39, a couple on the carry.
Royals defense is really pumped up now after that last fumble and return.
Yep, they're poised. They want to only be out there for 3 plays. 2nd and 8 at the 39. This one, Montarzi gets up to the 45, picked up 6.
Was that Montarzi or was that Minerding?
Minerding just came back with the play.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little tough to catch who.
He is doing such a great job on fakes out there. It's hard to tell at times who has the ball.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing for a junior quarterback to learn a system like this, but by week you can tell that Minerding is that much more comfortable. Handoff up the middle. Looks like they could give him forward progress to the 46.
No, I think they're going to, well, it's like they're going to get just across the 45.
Jones for 1. Going to be a 4th, and looks like they're going to put him right between the 45 and 46. So about a yard and a half shy.
Are they going to try to draw the Royals off here and fall back and punt?
Or do they call this 4-down territory, being down 17, pushing the midway point of the third quarter? Montarzi easily gets the first down and more, and he'll
down
be
about the 45.
Yep. Picked up. Looks like he'll give him 9 yards on the first down, the fourth down carry.
Good call by Coach Sharp and company.
And
they found a hole there on the left side of the Royals line and just exploded right through there.
Montarzi kept low, and he saw his shoulders down. He just kept his wheels turning. 1st down and 10 at the 46. Minerding back to pass. Finds Andrew Page, the big 315 tight end.
Take a look at this one again.
Good dump off.
Minerding doesn't throw often, but he throws this one right on the numbers. And
down to about the 27 or 28.
It's a good thing Page is 6'4", because otherwise that would have gone over his head. And we got a timeout called by Hamilton Southeastern. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies and corporate awards. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. And when you stop at Noblesville Trophies, be sure to say hello to Lucas. He'd love to see you. Gaylor Electric, the highest-performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built on the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcomes, and reliable insights, fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, their president and CEO, are proud sponsors of Hamilton County sports.
Brad Westfield's starting to run away with things, and they're just going to be going to half in about a minute. They lead Avon 42-24.
Wow.
In our other game on Hamilton County TV tonight. 42-24 lead over Avon for Westfield.
That team of Jake Gilbert's, they are a scoring machine.
Yeah, since that 56-20 loss in week 1 at home versus Cathedral. They have rolled off 5 in a row, looking to make it 6. Minerding and company, 1st and 10 at the 26 of Southeastern.
Shaping up much like that last rush or last possession that they had at the end of the first half.
Jones with the carry. Gets down to about the 23. Check that speak on the carry.
Looks like they're going to give him 3 or 4 on that, so we'll call it a 2nd and I'd call that more of a 2nd and 7, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Second and 7 at the 24. Jones, Montarzi, and Speak back there. And wing T. Montarzi gets, nope, Minerding keeps it himself, finds room inside the 20, down the 15.
Inside the 15.
Yep, inside it.
Once again, a great fake. He fooled the entire Royals front line.
Yep, 11 yards on the pickup by Minerding on the keeper. 1st and 10, Noblesville at the 13 of Southeastern. Midway point of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Millers need a touchdown on this drive, Craig.
Yep, this is a must. Montarzi finds room up the middle and down
almost
to about the
the
2-yard
zone,
line.
Yep.
Yep.
He's down to about the 1 or 2.
Going to make it 1st and goal. Looks like he picked up another 11.
Millers have found something in the Royals defense that they're taking advantage of. Earlier in this game, they just could not go anywhere.
1st and goal at the 2. This one, handoff. Touchdown. 28, Trey Speak.
Take a look at this replay, Craig. Just gets a hole right in the middle there. That front line for the Millers is opening up some nice gaps in there for him to shoot through.
You know, and looking across that front line for Noblesville, Brad, left tackle, Bendecker, sophomore. Blake Cole, sophomore.
Yeah.
Center, Nathaniel Ham, sophomore. Jake Long, junior. Jacob Ambler, sophomore. Not to mention Andrew Page with that big catch for the huge first down for 19 yards. Mm-hmm. He's a sophomore at 315. So, I mean, a lot of youth.
Yeah.
And they're doing some damage on this drive here.
Well, I think everybody knew that this was going to be, you always hope for a better year, but I think a lot of, most people knew that this was going to be a rebuilding year. New coaching staff and everything coming in, and in that. So halftime score now at Westfield. It's the Shamrocks 42, Orioles 24.
Yeah, making a statement.
They're just starting their halftime, and we're 7 minutes or 7 minutes into halftime already.
See, I'm not sure if there was a delay. Sometimes Avon does have delays with buses and whatnot on a Friday, but
you get 2 teams who like to pass also.
Yeah, it's true.
And these 2 teams have kept the ball on the ground. Millers will come back out here on the defense. Royals go to the offense. Royals be on the offense actually for the first time in this quarter.
Yep, and we're past the midway point, so obviously the fumble return touchdown kept their offense off the field, but this one's going to be a touchback into the end zone.
And no wind out there. Did you see how that ball
Yeah,
sailed?
look how stagnant that flag is in the south end zone.
Since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Anthem in 1880, our neighbors, community leaders, business and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of helping our clients when they need it the most. Give us a call, 317-773-2190, or visit their website, www.cchalaw.com. Church, Hiddle, and Anthem. Back to the action.
Back to it. Handoff up the middle.
Well, the Royals offense should be very well rested because they were off the field for the last 8 minutes of the first half, and they spent the first 6.5 minutes of this half on the on the bench also, so they ought to be well rested and have their legs.
4-yard pickup by Alexander there. Yeah, they had 4 offensive plays in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they haven't seen the field hardly at all since, early parts possibly of the second quarter. Wirtz in motion. Little screen pass out to him, and he is caught for a loss.
He's going to lose about 1 or 2 on that.
Looks like he may be back for 6. Let's see.
Well, he lost about 5 on that, actually. Craig went from a 3rd and 6 to a, from a 2nd and 6 to a 3rd and 11. Ball at the 19.
Yep, they give him a 5-yard loss there. 3rd and 11. And after putting a touchdown in the end zone, Noblesville's defense is primed, and they'll call a timeout defensively here.
I want to talk just a little bit about what's coming up this week on Hamilton County Television. Girls sectional soccer coming up starting Tuesday. Among the other teams that are going to be there, we'll have the teams from Pendleton, from Anderson, from Muncie Central, Hamilton Southeastern, Fishers, and, of course, the host, Noblesville Millers, who ran the season this year undefeated, ready to defend their state crown.
Yep.
And they are, I've had the honor of being able to broadcast a lot of their games this season, Craig, and they are looking good. That is a very, very well-oiled, experienced team, and they are playing well.
Yeah, they look to repeat down the tournament trail, state champions, and the boys. First time in school history, both the girls and boys programs #1 ranked at the same time.
And both undefeated.
Yep.
Just amazing.
3rd down and 11 coming out of the timeout. 4:11 left, third quarter. Ball at their own 19. Jacobs in the pistol. Back to pass, and the rush is on. Wirtz with the screen pass up the middle. 30, 35, 40, and he could be gone. Blevins is the guy, and he is brought down from behind.
Finally bring him down at about the 32-yard line.
After a 49-yard pickup.
Nice little pass right over the middle, and Wirtz did not have a Miller defender around him, and he was able to take advantage of that and make that long run and put the Royals in real good position at the 32-yard line of the Millers.
49 yards on the pitch and catch from Jacobs to Wirtz.
Jacobs is a junior, so this bodes well for the future of Royals football for next year.
Alexander on the carry. Looks like he'll get a pair of yards on first down to the 30.
Three and a half minutes here to go in the third. Royals with a 10-point lead over the Millers.
Yeah, they're looking to distance this lead out. It's going to be a false start.
Illegal procedure. I didn't see who jumped, but
wasn't the most obvious, but they called that right away. That'll march it back 5 yards, make it 2nd and 13 at the 35.
I wonder if Jacobs will go to Wirtz again, looking for the long yardage.
Takes it himself and keeps it. Gets about 4 or 5 yards on the carry down to about the 29. Might have picked up 6.
I think he got most of the penalty yardage left back, and it's still going to be a long third down, about a 3rd and long 6, short 7.
Yep. Looks like they gave him 6 to the 29 there, so 3rd and 7 at the 29. That looks like a long 7 there.
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs with Wirtz in the pistol. Twins here to the near side. Wilkinson in motion, gets set on the right, and this time handoff to Wirtz. Finding room, up the sideline he goes, 15, 10, 5, and Wirtz. Easy does it, 29 yards later. So
29-yard touchdown for Blaine Wirtz. Take a look at this. He does a lot of zigging and zagging there, Finally gets the high step, the old Walter Payton high step going across the goal line there. And the Royals have extended their lead to 26-10 rather. Girolas in for the extra point.
Yeah, touchdown here on this drive makes it will make it that much more difficult as Noblesville has finally got their offense rolling. Like you said, last drive they found some weaknesses on that Southeastern defensive line and found holes and developed a good drive. And so now it's a 17-point deficit once again.
And the difference so far tonight, Craig, has been that the Royals have come up with, a number of big plays at times. And the Millers have been consistent moving the ball, but they have not had the big plays like the Royals have had to take advantage of. And the Royals have not turned the ball over either. Well, they did early, but it did not hurt them like the fumble earlier here in the half. And it certainly didn't take the Royals very long to get that 7 points back, did it?
No.
About 3 minutes or so.
27-10 the count. Southeastern leading Noblesville. 2:53 left, third quarter of play.
Slybeck will kick it off for the Royals. Millers need a good return here. Get them in good field position. That's going to be returnable.
And this one fielded by Zach Blevins at about the 4-yard line, and he's tripped up.
I was surprised the Royals got down there as quick as they did because that was not a real high kick, Craig, and I thought maybe Blevins would have a chance to get a few more yards on that, but he didn't. Got to the 18-yard line. I think he picked that up right around the 5, so about a 13-yard kickoff return.
Yep, could have been more, but they've kind of sniffed out and figured out how to seal up Blevins a little sooner than that one he had out to the 49-yard line in the second quarter.
They kicked that ball a little shorter than the other ones. Mm-hmm. I think they were trying to kick it away from him, and he came over and grabbed it.
So 1st and 10 Millers at their own 18-yard line to start this drive.
It was Loudon Sundling on the tackle.
Trey Speak on the carry. Picked up a yard to the 19.
Again, another one of those sophomores, a 6'2", 170 running back. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with the next couple of seasons.
Yep, I agree. Minerding checking the wristband. Hands this one off. Montarzi couldn't find room off the left side. This will be a no gain. 3rd and 9 at the 19.
Montarzi was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage on that. In fact, he may have lost an inch or two on that because that's 3rd and a full 9.
Even though it's October 2nd, Brad, across the way it's the harvest moon.
Yes, it is.
It is. It was nice and big last night.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The nights I've been out at the soccer complex, we've had beautiful moons.
Yep.
Even in spite of all the rain that came last night, all of a sudden during the boys' soccer game, the moon came out and just absolutely beautiful.
In the shotgun, Minerding across the middle. It's Montarzi. Catches across the 30. He goes.
He's got a first down.
Yep.
And
he's
more.
Out 13 yards. Up to the 32.
He needed 9, got 13 for the first down. They tell us there were 800 tickets sold for this game tonight. Looks like there might be a few more than 800 in here.
Oh,
that ball is fumbled.
Turf.
Who's got it? If the Royals
got it.
The Royals have got it. That ball was see it. Let's take a look at the replay here.
I think Muchner may have picked that ball up and stripped.
Yeah, it was stripped.
Looked like by Grant Barton. Muchner recovered that.
I believe that was Seth Wilson. We got 2 14s on the Royals. And once again, the Millers have made a costly mistake down on their end of the field. This time they kept the Royals out of the end zone. The last time that happened, the Royals scooped up the ball and went 40-some-odd yards for a touchdown.
Let's see that Muchner credited with that fumble recovery, his second of the night. Ball at the Noblesville 30, check that, 26-yard line.
Jacobs was going to throw, but he ends up keeping the ball and scampers out of bounds right around the 20.
53.5 seconds left. So with that drive starting at the 26, picked up 3 on that run.
They spotted at the 22. I thought he went out of bounds around the 20, but hard to tell when he's moving that fast.
Give him 4. He's got Wirtz back there in the pistol, and Twins here to the near side. They're trying to put this one out of reach. Wirtz gets the handoff again inside the 20. Down to about the 17, picks up about 6, close to a first down.
He's going to be short by about a yard.
Yeah, he might need the 16.
So it'll be 3rd and short for the Royals.
Wirtz again. And
I think he's got it.
He might have dove down to about the 15 to get it.
Yep, they're giving it to him. In all probability, that'll probably be the last play of the quarter unless the Royals
they'll roll it.
To, they don't have to run another play.
Nope, not required as
Jacobs just standing back there. Looks like he's going to run another play.
Yep.
No, is he? Or
I think Coach may be telling him to either try and get him to jump or don't run a play. And there's going to wind down the third quarter clock. 14-7 to score this quarter, and for the game, it's Southeastern 27, Noblesville 10 as we head to the fourth quarter of play.
We'd like to welcome you to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Miller Football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs Banner, celebrating over 29 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Van Osdell and Farrar, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Jamie Carmesino of Carpenter Real Estate, Mark Hairbrandt for County Commissioner, the Hamilton County Reporter, and Deep Blue Computers. I'm Brad Silbert along with Craig Atkins. We've got Kinsey and Lucas, our technical crew tonight, giving us our direction and these great shots. Also, the chief in charge, Jim Wofford, out here tonight with us. Good to see Jim out here amongst the fans. And we've got 12 minutes to go here, Craig, and the Royals with what I would call a rather comfortable 17-point lead at this point.
Yeah, they're trying to make it a 24-point cushion as they are 1st and 10 at the Noblesville 15 as we'll get things started here in the fourth quarter. And like we said, it was 42-24. Rolling at halftime, Westfield over Avon, and probably in the third quarter now, Brownsburg goes up 28-6 over Zionsville at the half. We'll see what they're.
Got to give Sam Jacobs a lot of credit tonight, Craig. He comes in and ends up in the starting role tonight, and Sam has done a great job out there.
Yeah, same thing, and it kind of reminds me of how a couple years ago when Lucas Pruitt was a sophomore for Fishers, stepped in when John Vore went down, and since then has been the Fishers quarterback, and he's making his presence known. And hats off to Sam Jacobs out there as he's doing a fine job and leading the Royals tonight with McCall out of the game, not able to play tonight, and we get started with fourth quarter action. Wirtz. That's something you don't see.
Up under the quarterback.
Jacobs. Yep. Nope, that's a Wildcat.
Wildcat to Wirtz.
Going to be handed off, or pitched actually to Wirtz. Down to about the 11-yard line. Picked up 4. I don't even know if I saw Jacobs out there.
I don't think he was, Craig.
Nope, here he
I think
comes.
that was just a
straight
Wildcat.
You had 3 tailbacks out there. Just pick one and.
At first, I thought he might be under the quarterback, but You know, that's why I reacted the way I say, hey, he's under the quarterback. And he hadn't been out of the shotgun all night.
Picked up 4. Down to the 11. Jacobs, hands off this time. It's Wirtz again. Inside the 10, probably to the 8 for a 3-yard pickup.
There's a flag on the play. The Royals are going to be called for holding. So this one will go back 10 yards. And they're walking it off from the spot of the foul, so in reality that's a lot more than a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah. That's going to
Ball's at the 23.
Yep, 2nd and 17 at the 23. Jacobs hands this one off to Wirtz again. Got down to about the 19 for a 4-yard pickup.
I noticed that the officials here tonight are using a different color flag.
Is it pink?
Yeah, it's a reddish pink flag, and it's not pink night here.
No, and
that's the first time I've seen that this season.
Yeah, first penalty. I was looking for a yellow flag.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see it on the turf.
First time I saw a flag go out, I thought it was throwing their beanbag for where the.
Yeah. Jacobs almost got the Millers to jump there.
He could use it with 3rd and 13.
He's taking the time off the clock right now.
Wirtz gets set, split to the near side. Jacobs keeps it himself. Nope. Yep, he does, and out of bounds near the 15. And he was just trying to get a few more yards for Girolis.
Going to bring up about a 4th and 10.
Yep, they give him the 16, so he picked up 3. And that'll bring out Girolis to try and attempt a, let's see, 33-yarder.
33-yarder.
Yep.
Cam Howard, the holder.
Snap. Kick is blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds.
It was a good snap, but the Millers were just extremely quick. And they're going to put the ball in play to the Millers at the 27. I'm not exactly sure what the rule on that is, if that goes out of bounds, if it goes back to the 27 was not the line of scrimmage.
No, I mean.
It must have been where they estimated it went out of play. Excuse me, it's at the 23. So that was the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 10 Millers. And
once again, the Millers keeping it on the ground.
Montarzi. And we got an injured Miller down.
Nathaniel Ham is down.
Yep, that's the center. That's never a good thing.
Nope. Medical staff out to look at him.
5'10", 265-pound sophomore as the trainers come out.
Say, if you're planning a move, why not call a realtor with hometown experience? Jamie Carmesino has connections and a commitment to the community. She raised 3 Noblesville athletes and is ready to help you with your real estate needs. Looking for a realtor? Call Carmo, 317-490-3735. As a Hamilton County Commissioner, Mark Harebrant has always focused on listening to the community and continuing to lead Hamilton County into even more success. Mark Harebrant is passionate about schools and education, public safety, finding cost-saving solutions for complex challenges, and truly having an open dialogue with residents. Remember, Mark will be on the November 3rd ballot running for re-election as Hamilton County Commissioner, so cast your ballot for Mark Harebrant.
So it looks like the injured Miller, Nathaniel Ham, being helped off the field. Good to see a player come off the field under their own power. Looks like he's a little dazed as he was on his back following that last play. A gain of 1 yard by Holden Montarzi.
He's definitely got a limp there.
Check that, they'll give no gain. Ball's at the 23. 10 minutes left here, fourth quarter. 27-10, Hamilton Southeastern up on Noblesville. It's just so hard to see who gets the handoff.
It is. It's very, very difficult.
It's like Owen Jones, 20, got the handoff. Looks like he lost a yard. Actually, no gain there.
Always a difficult situation when the starting center goes out because you have that cadence and somebody coming off the bench. Once again, right up the middle. That's going to bring a fourth down. Millers will punt.
Owen Jones, it's like he picked up 4 to the 27, but not going to be enough.
Noah Wolf going back for the Royals to receive the punt.
Last time Graydon Addison was back there to punt, he got that thing blocked. So definitely this one a booming, spiraling. That one's a fair catch by Noah Wolf at the 25.
I think he saw how high that ball was,
Yeah.
Craig, and I think he figured that the Millers were going to be down there on top of him a lot quicker. But when he caught that ball, the closest Miller was about at least 5 yards from him. So Millers didn't get down the field quite as quick.
More room than he
Yeah, he had
thought.
more room, but I can understand why he called the fair catch because that ball was really, really high in the air.
Yeah, and you never can judge with those chase men coming down how quick they're going to get there. And if you're, fearing for your life down there as a punt returner, it's hard to tell how close they are to you when you're trying to fair catch that ball. Royals ball, 8:39 left, first and 10 at their own 26.
We've got a penalty on the Royals here.
They're going to march it back before they start the drive.
Illegal
Illegal substitution.
Yeah.
That's not something you normally have called.
Once again, I heard the whistle and looked around and looked back at the referee and saw the reddish flag down there in the turf. That is hard to see. I wish they'd go back to the yellow.
Handoff, looks like number 4, Tylen Taylor.
Taylor got the penalty back. Look at the size of that front line for the Millers. They got a lot of beef up there, don't they?
Especially you get number 93, Josh Rogers. You have 94, Isaiah Tweehouse. And 95, Andrew Page. I mean, just some big boys up there up front. Jacobs hands off again to Taylor. Finds room left outside and tripped up about the 20, or actually 33.
Depending where they spot that.
Might be 4 short.
Yeah, he's going to be maybe 2, 3, or 4 yards short. It looks like they're putting it down closer to the 32, Craig. So they're going to be a long 3, maybe even 4 yards short on this one.
Yep, they call it at the 32, 3rd and 4. Jacobs waiting. And off again to Taylor, and he might have gotten 1 to the 33.
I think he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep. So this brings up a 4th down and short 3. Might call it 2.
With 7 minutes on the clock here, I've got to believe that the Royals are, looks like they're going to go for it. This surprises me.
They want to do everything possible to keep Noblesville's offense off the field.
Unless they're going to try to pull them off sides here.
That could be as well with a 4th and 2. 4 seconds, 3, 2. They may burn one here. Or just take the 5 yards and give the punt team a little.
They are going to take the 5-yard penalty.
A little more room to maneuver as well.
I'm a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit surprised at that. I mean, if they were at midfield or
different story.
You know, that would be a different story. But you know, in the range of the 20, you know, in the range of the 30 to 35-yard line, that does surprise me a little bit. Joseph Osiki in to punt.
Osiki's first punt tonight, I believe. Yeah. Low snap and
a low line drive punt that
gonna
gets a
roll
Royals
down.
bounce.
Yeah, good generous bounce inside the 25.
Going to stop about the 23 or 24 yard line, yes.
49 net on the punt by Osiki.
Millers are running out of time here, Craig. They need to get something going and get something going in a hurry if they're going to get back into this one. They need 3 scores.
Yeah, like I said earlier, they bounced the ball outside a few different times last week, which Owen Jones was able to get a majority of his yards, about 130 of his 176 last week against Franklin Central. But it's they ran everything up the middle.
Let's see what Minor Ding can do here.
Sharp gets the carry this time, and they do bust it outside a little bit, and he'll be out of bounds after a gain of maybe 4.
3 or 4 on that, but he ran about 40 across the field. He's young, though.
Long run for 3 yards by Sharp there for sure.
But he did get out of bounds and stop the clock. Trying up the middle this time. Nowhere to go.
Looks like Owen Jones 20 on the carry that time. Looks like a timeout may be burned here. Jones might have gotten a yard.
We have an injury timeout. We got a Miller down on the field. I didn't see who was there.
That might be Sharp down there.
He's trying to get up. He's up. That's good.
6'1" sophomore back on his feet.
Beautiful evening for football tonight. 52 degrees here right now.
Absolutely.
Couldn't ask for better playing conditions.
Third and 6 at the 27. And had back there for a loss is Minor Ding. I think that was
he had a man out in front of him, but the pursuit by the Royals front line
Loudon Sunling
caught up to him, yeah. So he'll lose 3 on that. It'll make it about 4th and about 11. And once again, the Millers will have to punt. And Noah Wolf goes back for the Royals.
Addison. Another punt, not a good one this time, as that's going to.
Millers want to stop that before it gets any closer.
That almost got down to what would have been a first down, a couple yards shy of.
Yeah, that was only about a 13 or 14-yard punt. Came off the side of his foot. He had about a 20 or 25-yard punt, and that thing just bounced straight backwards.
Yeah, that ball is going to be marked at the Noblesville 37-yard line. Good field position for Southeastern with 5:07 left here. Quarter number 4.
All the running tonight, relatively fast game.
Yep.
Means I get home and get to sleep earlier.
I almost said something earlier, but usually that jinxes it.
Yep,
but
I understand.
Nonetheless, they kept running the ball, and the clock kept rolling. We're at 9 o'clock Eastern time right now. Jacobs hands the ball off. I believe that might be Taylor again up the middle to the 35.
Yeah, that is Tylen Taylor, the 5'10" senior running back. Hasn't had a lot of playing time during his career.
Sometimes when you get caught as, a backup, even though you're a good ball carrier or whatever your position may be, it's just tough to find playing time. It's good to see Taylor get in there for some action, though. 4:32 and counting. Fourth quarter. Jacobs hands this ball off. Taylor again. He stood up right about the 35. Might have picked up a yard. Brings up about a 3rd and 7 at the 34.
The Miller defensive line has done a nice job so far tonight. They've been able to track the run fairly well. A couple mistakes by the Millers gave the Royals probably at least 2 touchdowns, or at least a touchdown and a field goal.
Jacobs fakes the handoff, play action fake, and he is sacked back at the 45.
He had absolutely no protection on that one, and I think what the Millers were, or what the Royals were counting on that play, Craig, is they were counting on the Royals running that, the Millers, or the, let me get it right here. The Royals were thinking that the Millers would think that they're going to run the ball, and instead they tried the pass, and the Millers wouldn't have anything of it.
Yep. Shane Story, number 10, and 43 Jackson Sloan converged in the backfield. They stayed home and they came through. Sloan with the sack there for 11 yards, and it's 4th and 23 at the Noblesville 45.
Millers have called their second timeout. Van Alstel and Farrar is a proud sponsor of Hamilton County Television. Van Alstel and Farrar is a 106-year-old Indiana company specializing in information communications, print and business processes. We are business technology simplified. Visit our website for more information, www.vanalsdal.com. Van Alstel and Farrar, business technology simplified.
4th and 18 at the 45, and
Joseph Osiki
back out there again to punt.
For his second punt of the night.
They've traded punts the last 2 series each, and this one blocked. And that ball is going to be picked up by Jackson Sloan, and he is going to be tackled at midfield.
Osiki didn't have much protection back there, but part of the problem that Joseph Osiki has is he does not get the punt off very quickly.
No, and you got to, especially with you're going to have some sort of rush. And back in the day, I blocked 2 punts myself in high school. I was smaller then. Don't mind. But I mean, you've got to find your way, and if you find your way through the gaps and lay out, or if you just find just yourself and the punter, you find a way and just block. You find a way and get to the punter, and he just did not. He took his time pretty much too much, and that Page wide open, and Meinerding overthrows him.
I think that was a timing play, and Meinerding kind of fumbled that ball, Craig, when he got that. He was having a hard time with the transfer on that, and that may have thrown the timing off on that a little bit.
Yeah, Page was wide open in the flat, and just nobody around him.
Threw to his right a little bit.
Yep, had no defenders around him. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the Southeastern 49.
Direct snap.
Montarzi's got it. No gain.
Going nowhere.
Yep, he lost one back to the 50.
He almost gave that play away the way he lined up.
He angled himself in.
Yes.
And that tells the defense, Montarzi's getting the handoff.
He did lose a yard on that, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 from the midfield stripe, under 3 minutes.
Yep, and so Minerding quickly gets the play. They all check their wristband.
Millers would like to end this game with another score.
Minerding back to pass again. Over the middle he goes, and this is complete. Montarzi, 10-5, touchdown. Holden Montarzi.
Take a look at this, a well-timed play. Montarzi is way out in front of the Royals defense, and they just cannot catch up with him. And just as quickly as we say something, the Millers have put 6 more points on the board. Now they're going to try to cut this to a 10-point lead.
Yeah, since early 3rd quarter when they traded touchdowns after kick is up and good by Graydon Addison with 2:28 left. 4th quarter, it's Hamilton Southeastern 27, Noblesville 17.
Thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of Miller football on Hamilton County Television, brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners. They're celebrating over 29 years in business. Logan Street Signs and Banners specializes in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Craig, the big question is now, and I'm sure most of the people in the stands are saying this same thing, why didn't the Millers start throwing the ball a little bit earlier?
You know, and you hate to say that, you know, they figured some different things out too late.
Because that was a very well-executed play.
And then, obviously, the drive where they were able to, in the 3rd quarter, where they were able to, really sustain a drive. They used a lot of clock on that drive in the 3rd quarter.
We're going to have a
onside kick, and it's recovered. It looks
Royals got it.
Yep, a Southeastern front man picked that ball up at midfield. Looks like that was 13, Jack Wofford on the hands team out there.
I wonder if he's part of that Wofford clan. Royals are going to take over right at midfield.
2:26 left.
Thanks to Jim Wofford, our executive producer director. He joins us here at the stadium tonight. Lucas on the camera. Kinsey, our producer director tonight. Great job as usual by those guys. We appreciate it. Make our job a lot easier.
Jacobs hands this ball off, and Wirtz another carry. Noblesville calls their 3rd and final timeout.
Yepper. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies and corporate awards. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Well, next week we will not have a regular game on Friday night because all of our Hamilton County schools
are on the road.
But 2 weeks from tonight, I think you're right back here.
Avon.
When the Avon Orioles come to visit the Millers. And don't forget, coming up Tuesday night and Thursday night this week on Hamilton County Television, IHSAA 3A Sectional Soccer is the Lady Millers soccer team hosts the sectional. Action begins 5 o'clock Tuesday afternoon here on Hamilton County Television.
Update from Arcadia. Tipton and Hamilton Heights knotted at 21. 7 minutes left in the ball game, and that's a team that's come alive of late after starting out 0-3. Hamilton Heights 3-3 now.
Yeah, we have another flag out there. Illegal motion on the Royals.
Yep, so that's going to mark it back 5 yards to roughly the 49.
Millers have no timeouts left, so essentially if the Royals can get a first down here,
they'll put this one away.
that will pretty much wrap this game up. But they got a little ways to go to get to that first down mark. It's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder with a 10-point ball game if Addison's punt didn't get blocked down near and ball recovered at the 10, or a couple of different other things. What else would have happened in this ball game? Because it's just like most years where this game is close. As these two always duke it out like they do. Minute 56 and counting.
Jacobs running the play clock down.
Wirtz gets the handoff down to about the 44.
I think if we hadn't had a long yardage situation on it, Craig, I don't think you would have seen Blaine Wirtz back in this game again tonight. Millers cannot stop the clock.
Minute and a half left. Going to be 3rd and 4.
Clock will be down to about a minute and 5 seconds if Jacobs takes all the time off the play clock.
Which obviously they plan on it with 10 left on that. Wirtz gets the handoff, just trying to pad his stats now. Picks up 3 down, 3 down to about the 41.
That's going to be very close. That's close to a first down.
His 24th carry on the night.
Now, this is one I'm surprised they aren't measuring.
Yep, looks like this is about a half yard shy. And it looks like Jacobs is on the sideline now. They're going to do a wildcat like we saw earlier. Looks like Wirtz is out there. Clayton Wilkie,
Royals
28.
do have a timeout that they can use.
And Wirtz, has he stuffed
Did
at the
he
line?
get it or
I
not?
don't know if he did.
His second effort looks like it got him.
He may have snuck down through, but with 16.8 seconds left, it's all but pretty much a moot point.
Well, the line judge on this side of the field is standing to
At
the
the
left
40.
of the 40. But the line judge on the far side definitely had a better view of where that ball went, and they are giving him the first down, so that will be it.
So this will roll the clock, yep.
Royals will not have to run another play. Craig, your thoughts on this game?
And just unfortunately for Noblesville, they found, some things they could do right on offense too late. And if they could have had a couple other things go their way, could have been a little closer than a 10-point ball game. But you're seeing improvements every week in an offense that's hard to run, this wing T offense. And a 10-point game. Hats off to both teams tonight. The lines on both sides played very well. And, obviously the Royals offensive line made it so the Blaine Wirtz could run his little legs off, and it worked. And the Royals wind up with a 27-17 10-point win here at Noblesville tonight.
Well, the Royals are on the road next week, I believe, at Franklin Central, and then they come home for the season finale against the Brownsburg Bulldogs. So they haven't got an easy road to go, but they move to 5-2 now through the 7th game of the season. We'd like to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Miller Football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 29 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors: Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Van Osdell and Farrar Incorporated, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Jamie Carmesino from Carpenter Real Estate, Mark Hairbrandt for County Commissioner, the Hamilton County Reporter, and Deep Blue Computers. On behalf of Craig Atkins, I'm Brad Silbert. Good night from Beaver Material Stadium.